Turn it up, Turn it up. Oh, first funky of the year. Let's go. What is everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. What a game for your Denver Nuggets. We are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. How did we do tonight in our bets, Dev?
We had a good night.
I know you hit the lock of the night.
We didn't have a clean sweep. Christian Brown did not show up. But a lot of other things hit in that game.
We got that triple-double. We got that lock with Jamal Murray. What a call that was. You were sitting comfortably with that one.
That's what the man does. Makes locks.
We're also in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Everybody hop in the Toyota chat. Become a Supporters Club member and throw some air horns in the chat. It's an air horns kind of win. Nuggets get the win, 127-114. So much to talk about. Kale, might go long today. Got Brendan Vogt in the house.
What up, gang? What a treat. It was not a treat. It was a root canal at one point. At halftime, I don't think we were enjoying ourselves. But by the end of the night, something changed. I don't want to steal anyone's big takeaways, but man, Jamal Murray, what a night.
That's what I was going to talk about.
You stole mine.
I noticed the same thing.
That's my fault.
Over here, Harrison Wind.
Kale. He fired up
Jamal Murray is so unbelievably back. Rounding out the show, Superstar Dev.
Jamal's back, but I'm also back. I really needed to be in the Winners Lounge tonight.
Yeah.
I woke up, I had a feeling that I was going to be in the Winners Lounge. I didn't care who it was that they were playing against. Needed that one.
And it was the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sometimes it's a Winners Lounge, and sometimes it's a funky Winners Lounge. Tonight was a funky one, man.
Funky.
Jamal Murray, 43 points. Nikola Jokic, 25, 19, and 10. Tim Hardaway Jr., 20 points.
Giveth.
And Peyton Watson had himself a nice little close.
Huge game.
Let's go to the fast breakdown, shall we? 14-4 Nuggets start. Things started great. 14-4 Nuggets were in a nice rhythm. But then Jaden McDaniels turned into Anthony Edwards and just was going off right to the basket, scoring every time. Nuggets were missing some crazy plays. They missed a Murray layup, then a Murray wide open three, then an Aaron Gordon dunk. And it was like the wheels came off. The Nuggets almost were like, what the heck's happening to us? The kryptonite's in the room. Then Cam Johnson went to the locker room. Jokic had to carry them in that first quarter, 13, 5, and 3. Played almost an entire full stint, I think all the way through to the last seconds, I believe. Maybe the entire way. Naz Reid and Gobert, though, both picked up 2 fouls. So Jokic plays the full stint. All right, 34-30 Nuggets. But it felt like the Nuggets should have been up 10, 11, 12. Then the bench started the second quarter on fire. They were scoring every time for like 4 or 5 possessions, but then they blew it. One of the first really bad first stints of the year for the bench. So many misses at the rim.
Yeah.
It's like the Nuggets got the yips or something there in that second quarter, and the Wolves took the lead. They were just out athleticizing the Nuggets. They were out toughing the Nuggets. It was tough to watch, man. Jokic picked up his third. David Adelman challenged it for some reason because it seemed kind of obvious. They lost, and it was 57-65 Wolves. They dominated that second quarter. On to the third. Nuggets got off that first possession, if you guys recall, just clunky. It's like Denver comes out at the third quarter, and you're like, oh, my God, are they going to be clunky this quarter? But Jamal Murray bailed him out not once but twice to start the quarter, and it was the beginning of an incredible Murray flurry. In fact, a historic one. 23 points in the third quarter.
Legit the biggest Murray flurry that we've ever seen.
The biggest flurry of all time.
It's a blizzard.
It was a snowstorm for the generations.
Cam got a flagrant foul on Dante, if you remember that one, which was kind of a buzzkill. It kind of let the air out of it.
If you will.
Let the air out of the building for a second. And McDaniels was scoring every time too, but this was the quarter of Jamal Murray. It was the quarter of Tim Hardaway Jr. Murray had that look in his eye too, man. Like sometimes there's a flurry because he just gets some open looks, and sometimes he is a predator and he is looking for openings just to get the ball in the air. He was doing that in that third quarter, as was Tim Hardaway Jr., who hit a ton of big shots in that quarter. Weirdest play to end the quarter. This just like happened against the Timberwolves in the preseason. Spencer Jones checks in for the final defensive possession and fouls before the inbound happens. That is a technical foul. They get free throws. Then the Nuggets foul on the last play. So it was a 3-point possession just off of Nuggets fouling. A little bit of a buzzkill, but the Nuggets scored 45 points in the third quarter. 45. 23 of those come from Jamal Murray. 102-94 Nuggets. Let's go to the fourth. Jokic back in to start. He took a 1-minute rest at the end of the third quarter and then started. Almost looked like it wasn't going to work out because the Nuggets were a little clunky, but Peyton Watson gets a steal. This was a huge play. The Wolves kind of had momentum.
Yep.
It was feeling like things were a little weird. Peyton Watson gets a steal, goes coast to coast, and on the very next play, he hits a three. A couple plays later, he hits another three. He came up huge in this fourth quarter, even got a block on Jaden McDaniels when nobody else could. Wolves were in the bonus with 6 minutes and 31 seconds, but it didn't matter. Jamal Murray put this game away. Jokic got a triple-double just for icing on the cake. He finished it with that almost 20-20-10 game. And the Nuggets finally, after 2 years, get a win over the Minnesota Timberwolves, 127-114. Let's go to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways.
What do Hawks sound like?
Superstar Dev, start us off.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway in this one was this game started out and it started to look like it was going to be a familiar game. One that we have not liked seeing. And you start looking around the room and you want someone to step up. And it came from a new face, came from a new guy, Tim Hardaway Jr. What he did in that game was he turned the entire game around. He went 7 of 11 from the field.
That's
he went
hot.
4 of 6 from beyond the arc. And he provided a spark that the Nuggets desperately needed at the right time. He looked like a vet. He looked like he was ready for the moment. He looked like a guy that was ready to prove himself, and that's what he did in that one. Hat tip to Tim Hardaway Jr., who finished with 20 points and a plus 25 in that game.
He was great, man. I mean, this is the exact guy the Nuggets have needed off the bench. Somebody who can just take and make those tough shots. And he got open ones tonight, too, but he hit some tough momentum-turning shots.
100%, man. And you got to play a lot of minutes with the starters, which is why he came here. I mean, he came here saying, I want to play with Yoke. Tonight, he got to do that, and he showed why he was so excited. It was big. We're going to talk a lot about him.
Yeah. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, Kale, fire it the fuck up.
Fire it up, man.
It
and
feels
write the report.
great
And write a report.
to be
write the
living
report.
in the year of Jamal
At the
Murray,
same time.
man. I mean, 43 tonight. He was a plus 30 overall. He was an absolute beast. I mean, everything was working. The drives, the mid-ranger, that has looked so good so far this year. And he led this team from start to finish pretty much. And I mean, Yoke had a good night too. Some other guys stepped up like Tim, but it was Jamal leading the charge the whole way. And look, this is what you want from him in this matchup specifically. This has been a tough matchup for him in the past.
Yep.
No Anthony Edwards tonight, but still, he struggled with McDaniels, but he got to his spots. He got off his looks. And I mean, this is just this has to give you so much confidence if you're Jamal Murray, and for us in Jamal Murray. This gives me more confidence in Jamal. Look, man, he said he wanted to have a good October, November. He's backed it up so far. This is what the true second option looks like. This is what an all-star version of Jamal Murray looks like. And we've gotten that 3 games into the season.
This is his career high in the month of October. I know that sounds like a really silly thing to say, but it is true. He has never had that. In fact, I'm looking right now. I don't know if he's ever had a 30-point game in October. I'm doing it on StatHead right now. Well, I should say when the bubble I can't remember when the months were there. It doesn't count. His previous high, 27 points, which came in on the 25th of October in 2019. He's had 25 points once, 26 twice, 27 once, and now 43.
So this is a way different Jamal Murray than we've ever seen at this point in the season.
His November's been so good that it started in October.
Really? Hey, shout to Jamal. Shout to Jamal. You did it,
This
man.
is awesome, man.
Season starts in
Jokes aside,
October,
it's
but we
awesome.
got it.
I have a feeling we're gonna talk about Jamal a lot tonight. He was everything we wanted him to be and more.
My big takeaway is somehow this.
What was that?
My Red Hawk
Thank you.
Roofing big takeaway, Pacaw, is that somehow this matchup, as much as at one point it was on paper the Wolves presented challenge, it just became a point of pride thing. In addition to whatever advantages or disadvantages either team had, the Wolves were walking into Ball Arena like they owned the place, into their Target Center Like they
Well,
in
they
fact
do.
own the
Yeah,
place,
they do
which
own
they
that
do.
one.
But like the Nuggets didn't belong on the floor with them, right? And they've kind of big brothered them. And even without Anthony Edwards, at one point, let's call it halftime, that's what was happening again. That second half was a testicular fortitude check.
Yes, it was.
And 3 guys passed it. We've mentioned 2 of them already, Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway Jr., who just put it on the table and said, we are not afraid. Shout out Peyton Watson, as Adam pointed out in that rundown.
Winning plays.
Winning plays to finish the third and start the fourth. 2 huge corner threes. But that play where he gets the strip and then finishes in transition. Last year, he was already making half of that play. Half of it. But not finishing at the rim. This time he did, helped turn the tide, and he earned a chance to close alongside the starters. And then a quick tip of the hat to Adelman, who said he's going to be running a meritocracy here. You will earn your minutes in a Denver Nuggets uniform. Tim Hardaway and Peyton Watson earned the opportunity to close tonight, and they got it.
Love it, man. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. There are these games throughout the season. It's not one, but there are a handful of games, maybe we'll say 20 of them in the course of an 82-game season, that feel like foxhole games, where you say, okay, the pressure's on. And I know you're saying in the third game of the year, no Anthony Edwards, whatever, but all the things you just said are true. At halftime, you're like, is this team just going to punk Denver? Because Denver was looking shook, missing shots at the rim. Guys were playing tight. Couldn't get these stops. This was a game where you said, okay, it's going to be a foxhole game. Who wants to get in the foxhole? Jamal Murray absolutely went into the foxhole tonight. 43 points, put on a career night.
Was the foxhole.
Nikola Jokic kind of lives in the foxhole, 25, 19, 10. Yeah, that happens. Tim Hardaway Jr., that was a foxhole performance.
Yeah.
He checked into the game when it was the tight portion and was like, you know what? I'm not afraid to shoot, and I'm not afraid to make. Like, he went into his shots with confidence. It wasn't, you make shots, you miss shots, whatever. Guys were a little afraid to shoot tonight. They were afraid to put the ball on the floor and try to go to the rim. Not Tim Hardaway. He checked into the game and said, I'm going right there. And then, to your point, Peyton Watson, those were big-time plays. And I'm with you that finishing that play was huge. The 2 threes, man.
Yep.
He only got
Massive.
6 shots tonight. 3 of them came in the clutch, and he drained all 3 of them. 1 at the rim, 2 in the corner. And there were guys that didn't necessarily check that tonight. I mean, Aaron Gordon has been in the foxhole. We're not going to question him. But tonight, I thought he had a rough go. Christian Brown, rough go. Cam Johnson, very, to me, it's this. I've said I'm going to give him 10 games. We're going to give him some time, and I still think that is totally fair. But missing shots, not finding your rhythm, that's one box over here. The other box is, how do you look, though, when the games like this happen, when all of a sudden everybody looks shook? He looked shook tonight. So there were a handful of guys. Christian Brown, I'm surprised, looked shook tonight a little bit. Couldn't finish at the rim. Couldn't get stops. But those 4 guys tonight, it's not just a good game. This was a foxhole game, and they all passed with flying colors.
They passed with flying colors. And, I mean, we're going to talk, and we have to be negative on some of the guys, but how good does it feel to have the depth that somebody else steps up, where it's not just on Jamal and Jokic?
Yep.
That was a game where you say that 2 other starters don't play well, 3 other starters don't play well, and you just say, hey, they lose that game by 20 points. It doesn't matter if they didn't have Anthony Edwards. That Minnesota team is going to play hard. They're going to give you their best shot. They're going to bring it every single time, and if you guys don't, you're going to get punched in the mouth. The Nuggets didn't get punched in the mouth because they had depth, and that's the one that you've been asking for this entire year. That's why you go into the offseason and say, what do we need to answer? Depth was the answer there, and they do that with a Tim Hardaway Jr. They take a chance on a Peyton Watson, who was under the doghouse, in a way, just by not getting that contract. He could have came in and just been going after himself, but he plays well. And then you have just these sparks that you have off the bench that push you over the edge. So that was the big key for me, really. It's just seeing someone else step up and just give you a new feel.
Yeah. And I think P-Watt was like the number 1 guy to me that might have gained the most tonight.
Probably.
Because, he's lower on the pecking order than a Tim Hardaway. And that steal and finish that he had, that might have been the play of the game. Because as you said, Minnesota had some momentum.
Yep.
The Nuggets really needed a stop. And to get that steal, I mean, P-Watt might be the only guy on the team who can get his hand out there with his wingspan in a play like that. And to get the ball and finish under control, that was a massive play, one he probably doesn't make last season.
he's an athletic player too, long and athletic, and that's what Minnesota is. It's really why I think it's one of the main reasons why I think that's a tough matchup for Denver is Denver's not the most athletic team. And I think there's something too. Some guys, Cam Johnson's not very athletic. When the pace picks up like that and the shots, you have to get a little higher. You have to shoot a little quicker. It just changes your rhythm. I think Peyton Watson is comfortable in that rhythm, though. Like, he's not shook by athleticism. And I think that's tonight, this was specifically a game that played to something that I think he can shine to, and he stepped up.
It's like an example of why you want Peyton Watson on the roster, the kind of game, the kind of matchup.
100%. And I agree with you, by the way. I do think, I mean, this was big for Tim Hardaway. I think he needed a get the monkey off his back kind of shooting night, get to play with the starters. But to me, I agree that Peyton Watson probably is the guy who won the night in terms of where he was. First segment flew by. We're going to go long today because we have a lot. We didn't even talk about David Adelman, but we will on the other side.
Shout out to Fire on the Mountain.
Fire it up on the mountain,
New partner alert. Fire on the Mountain. If you guys don't know, Denver's favorite local wing joint, the best wings in Denver, 15 super flavorful, made from scratch sauces.
It's so good.
From mild to insanely hot and
so
everything in between. They got an incredible craft beer list.
Do they have the list
cocktails, $5 beers on Mondays, and happy hour all day Tuesdays. They got appetizers. They got everything. Walkable and bikeable locations all over Denver. Takeout and delivery. It's a great place to catch a game, catch up with friends, just go for a quick bite after work. Vegan options as well. Great patios at every location. They've got the best wings in Denver. I mean, that's enough said right there. And tons of other great food as well. You can grab $5 pints on Mondays, all day happy hour on Tuesdays. Now they offer delivery from their Wash Park location. Try the best wings in Denver. And they're also bringing their wings to the DNVR Broncos tailgates starting now. November 6th and November 16th. You can also visit their spots
this
in
next
Highlands
week, we're gonna have
Wash Park.
Oh, man, let's go.
November 6th, November 16th. Go to the DNVR Broncos tailgate. You can have Fire on the Mountain wings or, stop by one of their locations. The best wings in Denver. So happy to have them aboard here at DNVR.
That's dope.
Sign me up.
I'm in.
Fire it up on the mountain, Kel. Miller Lite is the original light beer. Listen, if you've had a light beer or two, if you've had a beer at all, you've probably heard of Miller Lite. So let me just remind you what you already know. They've been the go-to light beer since 1975. It's the first one. It's the best one. As a wise man once said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Miller Lite, it's not broken. So there's nothing to fix. It's a taste you can depend on. Despite that light beer, and if you have recently found yourself on the wrong side of 30, as I have, all of a sudden those light beers start making a whole lot of sense. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/DNVR to find delivery options near you, or you could pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. 50 years. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
And we are back here, segment 2, DNVR Nuggets Podcast. If you're a Nuggets fan, man, this is the place you want to be. I've got a addition of the list. Kale and I are going to make it tomorrow, so you can be looking out for that. We have so much great content. We have the written content. You become a member, go to thednvr.com. You already have an article up?
Yep, instant reactions are already up, and we'll have a piece for the diehards tonight as well.
Incredible, man. We got so much Nuggets coverage. Let's talk about David Adelman. This is a big deal to me. It seems like a small one, but I think it's actually a big one. He closed with Tim Hardaway Jr. Okay, it makes sense. Cam Johnson, hurt and was out the game. That one makes sense. Peyton Watson was playing so well in that fourth quarter, and to give him 25 minutes tonight over Christian Brown, the $125 million man, just signed an extension, and he said, you know what? I don't care. Peyton Watson is closing tonight. I love this. Happened in the playoffs. Remember last year, he closes with Russell Westbrook, then he closes with Michael Porter. He wasn't afraid to just say whatever the moment calls for. To me, it sends a huge message to your team and a huge message to a guy like Peyton Watson who didn't get an extension to say, yeah, but you're playing well. Go out there, earn more minutes, go and do it. So to me, we didn't see this a lot from Michael Malone in years past. He kind of liked his rotation and he would go back to it. I think it's a big deal, Dev, that he went back to Peyton Watson and let him close tonight.
Dude, it's incredible. Like, just riding the hot hand the way that he did. This is a game that you could have forced Christian Brown or Aaron Gordon to get themselves into. You could have just kept on saying, hey, we're just going to just go with that because that's our starters. That's our rotation. That's our group right there. But he goes, no, Peyton Watson earned it. And that's how you get your guys to buy in. That's how you get your guys to stay involved mentally, where they're like, hey, no, if I have it going, if I'm playing hard, if I'm doing what's asked of me, I'm going to get those extra minutes. Peyton Watson, he provided what you needed tonight, and he was like, okay, we're going to keep him out there. But also what I loved with David Adelman is he just showed that he's willing to change it up, just in ways that he didn't in other games. His minutes with Jokic tonight, the first 2 games he played them, he took him out at the 3-minute mark in the first quarter. Today he plays them the entire time. He put him back in the game after playing the whole third quarter and started him in the fourth.
Yeah,
he has never done that. That's new.
It's a playoff rotation.
That is a playoff rotation that's new. That's saying, hey, I want to win. I'm going to put the guys out there that are playing well. I'm going to ride our best player. I'm going to make sure that Jamal feels comfortable taking every single shot, and I'm not going to get mad at a few of those shots. I just think that Adelman is just like in such a groove right now, and the team is just that they're looking at him and they're saying, this guy understands. We get it. We're going to run through a wall for that guy.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely played the second half like a playoff rotation with Yoke, but I mean, leaving P-Watt in to close the game, that is going to do so much for Peyton Watson's confidence.
Agreed.
Carrying over to the next game. Because if he plays that well and you pull him at the end, yeah, like he'll be fine, but I feel like that would be in the back of his head. That would be in the back of any player's head. If you play well and you don't get the chance to close the game. Everybody wants a chance to finish the game. Especially if you're in that rhythm. And the other thing is, I guarantee you Christian Brown's totally cool with it. I guarantee you Christian Brown's happy for Peyton Watson's success there. So I love the move from Adelman too. It's what we've been wanting. And I think it sets a good precedent for like what to expect this year. And it tells the players that too. This is what to expect. If you play well, you have the opportunity to close.
The one thing about his rotation tonight, though, and I'm not going to be the one to complain about it, but our friend, the boy's dad, did point this out. 37 minutes for Jamal, 36 for Yoke. That's the one thing maybe to keep your eye on, is that we're hoping there's not too many of those, but here we are, have 2 of them already in 3 games.
Part of it, right, is the matchup. I mean, I think Jonas Valanciunas 10 minutes tonight, he fared far better in it than like DJ or Zeke, who probably would have logged 5 minutes. But it's not. I mean, who's the backup big? It's Naz Reid. That's not exactly a Jonas Valanciunas cover, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of it. But listen, they're going to see this team again, and so hopefully, ideally, things go a certain way where Jokic doesn't have to play the start of the fourth. But hey, it worked out tonight, and it's easy to play hindsight minute manager from the couch, but it is something to keep an eye on.
In the moment, I didn't like him starting the fourth with Jokic.
Well, the minutes also went pretty poorly.
Yeah.
There's that too, yeah.
He did that late last year in the regular season too, I think, and it just didn't go well.
Playoffs, yeah.
Playoffs, yeah, for sure.
It'll be interesting to hear why. He'll probably be asked that question because it is a weird choice.
But we've also seen the Nuggets relinquish the lead in those times.
Right.
Like you've seen momentum go the other way, that he's like, I'm not going to do that this time. And also, Jamal had it going so much in that third quarter that you're like, we're going to put him back in. We're going to play you extra minutes because it's not even a stagger. It's like, we're just going to, this is your rested times. Jamal's going to, close. We're going to get you back in there. So I think that it was just something to do with, they did not want to lose that game.
Yeah. I think it's just his must-win game rotation.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll probably see more of it. And he probably went to Jokic and said, hey, do you want to keep going? And he said, yeah, keep me in here right now. So that's just one he'll probably talk about it. But I wasn't too upset about it because, they won the game and they kept that momentum that they could have lost at that time.
And Yoke, played through it. Like someone in the chat said, you guys said he was out of shape. He is to start the year. But this was big time from Jokic to play through it, to play all 36. This was a man-up performance from Jokic as well.
Yes, it was.
Tim Hardaway and Murray in the third quarter take over. First time we've seen Jokic get that aggressive in the first quarter all season. Now it's been 3 games, and we know last game is because the offense was humming. He didn't need to take a shot till halftime. Tonight, he went in there into Rudy Gobert's paint, and he was aggressive early. And by halftime, Gobert had 3 fouls, Reed had 2 fouls, and Jokic had filled up the stat sheet. So this was a dig deep performance from 15. We know he can. We've seen him do it countless times before. He did tonight.
And he was never more aggressive than he was to end the first quarter when they took Gobert out and put Naz Reid in. And maybe that's why he played the entire first quarter too, is he was like, oh, Naz is in. Come to me every time. And he just made him look so tiny. Just went right to the rim and scored on him. Speaking of the big fella, 25, 19, and 10. Peyton Watson stole a rebound. Well, not really stole. Like, it was his as much as it was Yoke's. But Yoke could have had that one for a 20-20-10 game, which would have just been fun.
20-20-10, yeah.
But here's the thing, man. 9 of 10 from the field tonight. 7 of 7 from the foul line. He missed one shot.
Guess when the shot came?
When?
On the Jaden McDaniels when he missed the first one and got fouled.
Oh, you're right. That's the miss.
I was gonna say the heave, but those don't count anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
You're right, and he got the offensive rebound and got 2 points out of it. So technically,
Perfect game.
Oh, man.
They should have called the foul.
But 10 shots, even more than half of those I think were in the very first quarter. So after that, kind of slowed down a little bit. But we're 3 games in. We feel like Yoke has been very good, but still, like, by his own standard, maybe even slightly below. 3 triple-doubles wins.
Yeah, the beginning of this game was a little bit of a reminder.
Yes, it was.
Half from Yoke.
Yeah.
Definitely a reminder first quarter. I mean, he doesn't see Rudy Gobert like that. We know that. Going back years and years and years, brother, I have 47.
It's insane, to be honest.
Yeah, like Rudy Gobert, like you might as well throw DeAndre Ayton out there. Like he just doesn't see him. So you knew he had that ability tonight, but it was really good to see him be aggressive from the jump, from the first quarter, and like set the tone that way. Because he did kind of set the tone.
Yes, he did.
You know, before Murray got cooking, it was Yoke.
Yeah, he
100%.
was also just he went into a bag of just watching for a while and just like, I'm gonna grab every single rebound. I'm gonna set screens. And keep everyone else involved.
His defense was really good too.
I'm going to just play defense the entire time. And then at one point, he just flipped the switch where he said, you know what, let me go score. That's when it looked like they were getting back into it. He had some of the most awkward finishes in this one.
Left, like
when he threw it in, like that he really doesn't see Gobert. Like he's not trying to alter his shot. He's not doing high hooks or anything like that. He's like, no, I'm going to just continue to take my shots. I'm going to continue to score, grab boards, and get out and go. That was one of those games. He didn't even take a three-pointer in the game.
Good
just
note.
like,
that's a good point.
it's Rudy Gobert. I know I can score on him every single time. Let me just stay involved inside.
And you mentioned the rebounds, Dev, and that's 19 rebounds to Rudy Gobert's 5. I mean, that's a monster performance on the glass.
Monster. Not a Yokogami, though. It has been done 2 times by Wilt Chamberlain, 1963, 1966.
Do we really know that Wilt Chamberlain did that?
Well, we don't really know. One of them, it says here, was on a neutral site, which is I've never seen that before. Neither home nor away, neutral site.
Okay.
Which is weird. The other thing I'll say here, or the question I'll throw out, 3 games, 3 triple-doubles. He needed, 46 to set the record over Russell Westbrook, which would obviously also set the record for triple-doubles in a season. I still think it's not going to happen, but we're off to a good start. 3 for 3.
Great start.
3 for 3, and we feel like he's getting in shape, and the team is learning a new system.
That's exactly it. That it felt like, like it's, maybe a slow start for him in game 1, but he still gets the triple-double. Maybe a slow start for Cam Johnson and the starters trying to figure it out. 3 straight triple-doubles. I mean, this team's going to hit their stride at some point. What do Jokic numbers look like when they do? I mean, maybe the points go down, but the rebounds and assists only go up. He's going to average one again.
It does feel that way. I mean, it's early, but it does feel that
He might
way.
get 82.
He needs 43 to set the record.
43 more.
No, 43 in one season.
So he needs 40 more. Okay.
I mean, it seems pretty easy.
Russ also might add to the total, though.
I promise you he won't.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. He's rebounding, though, too, Dev. 13.5 boards coming into tonight. Then he adds 9. I mean, is Yoke the rebounder back?
He had some great ones tonight. Some tips to himself, like some octopus ones.
Octopus for sure.
Yeah, him and Big Val.
I mean, I'm sure. I think that y'all are going to talk about it at some point. But could he really do this? Could he really get the 43 triple doubles? The way that he's passing the ball right now, the way that right now people are not scoring every single time, but somebody looks good every game. Aaron Gordon had his 50-point game. This game Jamal had it going on. It was a little bit of more effort with people like last game. And we didn't even see Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown like in this game. So it's the assist that you like wonder if he's going to be able to get to, because Yoke the rebounder is back. He scores the basketball when he
Well,
wants to. All he needs is
sometimes,
10
yeah.
there. It's the assist that you have to wonder about. And I'm not that afraid about that. I really think he gets closer than what we think.
Well, we've all said this is the year for the assists. If there's any year, it definitely wasn't
seems like
last
it.
year.
Yeah, it
It'd
seems
be this
like
year.
it.
So 43 is the record in one season. Is that it? And then the difference on the all-time list from Russ to Jokic is, I think, 37. No, 37. So yeah, those are two different things we've been talking
So
about.
he has how many games of room to not get it? He cannot get it in
79?
No, I'm saying he cannot get it in 2 games
79 minus 39, right?
or in 42 games,
10.
Roughly 40 games he could.
40 games.
I have too many numbers. Too many numbers being thrown around here.
We're not good at that.
I'm a
say
communications
this.
major.
I will say this. So he's averaging 11.7 assists right now, but the big number is 15.3 rebounds. His career high, that's the number. Remember we asked, could Jokic surpass a career high in any stat?
Right.
He has the 29.6 points. That's not going to happen, I don't think. 13.8 rebounds felt like it was so far out of reach, but he's well above that right now, and that might be the thing. All this extra spacing is a little more on the boards. Who knows? But just impressive, man, what he's done. All right, we got to take a break. On the other side, a little bit more on Tim Hardaway Jr., a little bit more on Jamal Murray, and then later in the show, we'll get to the things that didn't go well tonight.
The only ticketing app I use is Game Time. It's the best ticketing app out there because of all the different features they have. They've got priority access. Fees are included. You can know your total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. They've got zone deals. You can save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats. Game Time favorites. You can snag new ticket deals before anybody finds out. Seat views, lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Also, Game Time ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Nuggets, Broncos, Avs tickets, concert shows, sporting events, whatever it might be. You can get all of that on Game Time. Super easy app to use. You just log on there. It tells you the best deals in the entire stadium. So it's really efficient and really user-friendly. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DNVR. Get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Create an account, redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
I got this hat here at Dick's Sporting Goods because someone in this chat makes fun of me for not having any Nuggets hats. So I went and I got this hat. While I was there at my local Dick's Sporting Goods here in Colorado, I saw a lot of different brands. I saw the hottest apparel and footwear from Nike, Adidas Originals, FP Movement, all the soccer ones that I don't, not my bag, but I know they're some people's bag. Then I saw some really good looking shirts. Like they really caught my eye. I looked a little closer. Go figure they were D-lines. DNVR, baby. You can get DNVR gear at your local Dick's Sporting Goods. And while you're there, you can score the latest equipment for baseball, football, soccer, basketball, golf, all your tailgating essentials. The best part, if you found a lower price, Dick's Sporting Goods will match it with their best price guarantee. Get your gear fast with free curbside pickup at your nearest store or easy shipping from Dicks.com. What a URL. Because every season starts at Dick's.
Alrighty, we're back here, segment 3. Let's circle back to Tim Hardaway Jr. and give him his fair due. The thing about him was, yes, he was a great pickup. He reached out to the Nuggets, and when he went on the podcast with Cam Johnson over the summer, he was like, yeah, man, I want to play with Jokic. Well, he's been on the bench, hasn't played that much with Jokic until Cam Johnson tonight gets hurt and struggled, and they go with him. He looked like a guy that was like, yes, this is what I wanted. I wanted to get out there, running around, quick trigger, and just he played with so much joy and energy tonight, man. And that's what stands out to me. That, and sometimes Denver's very smart. They got a lot of smart guys. Sometimes you need somebody that's like, yes, my job's to shoot it. I'm not going to hesitate.
Him shooting it's poetry because he's actually moving the entire time. Mm-hmm. He's not a guy that's just settling or sitting in a corner and just stuck and relegated to if the play comes to me. He's coming off of pin downs. He's coming off of set screens. He's getting DHOs where he's like shot ready, but he's always moving. And in this game, because I've been calling him out, he got a couple of assists because of all that movement and getting the ball in his hands and making a play happen.
3 assists.
But he really is. He's just shot ready. He really does look like a vet. Like when the shot goes in, I just know he's going to have a lot of these nights where nothing else matters. He's just going to win you a game because he's able to just knock down shots. There's going to be bad nights too because of how, dependent they are on the shots, but you need these type of plays for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's great that he did it against the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
that
big
is a
game.
physical team. It is a big game. It is a team that, one way or another, it just looks like they have your number. And he's like, not with me. It doesn't matter. I don't care. He got his shots up. So I really loved what I seen from Tim Hardaway Jr. in this one. You got to ride that momentum.
I love what you said about how he's always moving because it seems like he's always open. And like a big reason for that is he just knows how to move in an offense and find spots against the defense. I mean, he's a vet, man. He's played a lot of years, a lot of games. He was just playing with Luka Doncic.
Cade Cunningham.
Who he had to move off of in a different but kind of similar way to Jokic. So, I mean, he knows how to space the floor off of other great players. And I think a reason that he's open a lot is just because he knows where to be. I mean, he knows how to move within an offense. And this is just exactly the type of guy that the Nuggets needed off their bench. A veteran that's not afraid to take shots and step up. And like Tim Hardaway's been there before.
I agree.
Extended?
I'd like the way that Harrison framed it, man. I think they just needed one more guy who's not afraid to take his turn when the ball hits his hands. And that approach is costly. It can spoil quickly. There will be games, there will be stretches where he's not hitting those shots and they're frustrating. But just to have one more guy on a night where, it wasn't Cam Johnson's night. Aaron Gordon didn't really have the juice tonight. They needed one guy to just take shots confidently. And that's where Tim Hardaway, when he's getting paid a lot, that equation is different. When he's on a minimum contract for this team, coming from their bench last year, I think it's a no-brainer that you take that flyer. And, we've talked about him probably the least of all the Nuggets' new acquisitions. He demanded our attention tonight. So welcome to the Nuggets, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Welcome to the circle of trust.
I mean, early circle of trust points you earned tonight. And that's exciting, honestly. And like you said, it's just options. You have more guys. Last year, it'd be like you try one or two guys, they don't work. Well, there's no more options. Tonight, you can keep going. You found your guy. It worked. But let's get back to Jamal Murray. 43 points. He was a leader tonight in the way that you need him to be because there was some fear in the team. And he was the guy that said, I'm not afraid. Like, I'm going to take some of these big time shots. I'm going to take the challenge. And this is the whole point about being ready in October and November, because if you're not ready, if Jamal Murray wasn't ready, this is just a loss, and you're 1-2.
Yeah, great point.
It's as simple as that, and you're not really feeling good about yourself or whatever it is. Tonight was, no, this is a win. Let's go back home and take on New Orleans on Wednesday. He was able to win them a game in a major way, not just with he showed up and did his job, but he went above and beyond. And that to me is why it's such a big deal.
That's honestly, I think that's the best way you could frame this, that Jamal approaches this season the same way as he usually does. They lose this game tonight. My other note for Jamal is Jamal took more threes than anyone on the floor tonight. Now, I don't track that very much. I would be surprised if that's a common outcome. For however well Murray's playing, he's not usually the 3-point volume guy. We saw it in the preseason. He seemed more willing to take it. I think in this offense, whether it's the second unit that has more options, the starters, or the starters with Tim Hardaway Jr., Murray is open from three a good amount right now. He's getting more easier looks than he's seen, or even just the tough ones where at one point tonight, Jaden McDaniels went under the screen and Murray just shot the three. And sometimes he's more of a survey guy.
Yeah.
I think right now he's letting it fly from deep. It's a welcome addition to his game, in my opinion. And I think tonight, like so many big-time tough mid-rangers, so many crazy layups, but also if they left him open, he shot it. And he made them pay going 5 of 9. Probably won't shoot 55% every night, but just him cranking the volume up, I'm here for it. And I think it was a big part of his success.
Forgot another thing I wanted to say about him. I know that part of Minnesota's belief about Jamal is that you wear down his legs, full court press him. Tonight, one thing that he did, he looked dog tired, I thought, late in the game in the fourth quarter, but it was almost like he was like, no, I'm running uphill. Like I'm not taking the weights off. I'm running uphill for this, because he could have got the ball out of his hands, but he's like, no, Jaden McDaniels, try to guard me full court. You'll turn me 8 times. I don't care. And then I'm going to get to the rim and score anyway. And it was almost like his mental of like, no, I'm not taking the easy way out. They're trying to pressure me to make me tired. I'm going to go through the tired route.
And then there was a moment where Chris Finch puts Bones Highland on him, and it kind of got Murray going, and it kind of gave him that just little extra gear that he needed.
He started licking his chops when he seen Bones Highland.
So did Dev.
Chris Finch extended Jamal Murray's flurry.
Couldn't believe that he put him on him. That's how Jamal felt. And that also, if you're a head coach and Finch is a smart head coach, why even motivate him in that way? Because you already know the type of competitor that he is. Jamal has struggled with length in the big guys that are picking you up full court, not little guards. That's just not what he is. But I mean, he really did start to just eat Bones alive. There was nothing that he could do there. But you brought up a good point about he did look tired, but he kept pushing through it.
Yep.
And then they made smart screens to get Peyton Watson. They put him into action to get Jaden McDaniels off of him, get those guys off of him the entire time. But yeah, I mean, Jamal looks like he's in shape. It's really just there. He looks in shape, and with that, he looks like the guy on the team right now. He looks like the man. He took 29 shots in this, and the next closest person had 11 shots, and it was Tim Hardaway Jr. And he's been doing that every single game right now, where he's trying to take over. We talk about the year of the Jamal, but this might be the year that Jamal becomes an all-star. Every single win matters
All-star
at
performance
this point
tonight.
because he's putting up these type of numbers right now. He's averaging 30. That's how you start out the bid to say, hey,
really?
my name needs to be there.
Yeah.
He's averaging 30, huh? Oh, yeah, look at that. 30.3, 53, 43, 93 splits.
50, 40, 90.
That's pretty darn good, man,
Probably
for 3
all-star
games.
worthy, I'd say.
Probably 33.
But I mean, just to do it in this game too, because man, did the Nuggets need a win over Minnesota.
Yeah.
man, did they need it.
Well, it's funny, too, you brought up Bones Highland, because do you remember the preseason game? Bones went off, and
Yeah.
Bones was clearly going at him. And I know it was to me, I kept saying, this one's not real, whatever. It sucks, but it's not real. I do think there was something, too. Bones went off in the preseason. Jamal gave him 43 tonight. Bones had 4.
There's this other thing where, and Adelman said it pregame, the Nuggets know that they can't beat the Timberwolves and haven't beaten the Timberwolves before tonight. The coaches bring it up.
Yeah.
The players talk about it. This is something that we think has gotten in their heads a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
They
played like it in the first half.
And they
the first
played
half.
like it at times. So just to get the monkey off your back, I mean, Anthony Edwards not playing, yeah, it matters, but it doesn't matter to just get a little more confidence in this matchup with this win.
Yeah, 100%.
Great take. To respond to the first half where the same BS was happening.
Yeah.
And it started with
They could not lose this game.
And it started with willpower from Murray and Tim Hardaway, but then the squad got composed behind that. And shout out Peyton Watson, who came in and just didn't make mistakes but made plays.
Yep.
Let's get to the bad. I'm going to ease us into the bad. Are we good? We had 45 minutes of
let's do it.
sunshine and rainbows. Oh, yeah, let's do game ball before we go there.
Who do you
I
think
know
it
who
should
it
go
was.
to, though?
My prediction is Jamal Murray.
I would think that it's Jonas.
It's Jamal Murray, 43 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. The year of Jamal
Second
Murray.
game ball in 3 games.
Is that right? Ooh, some people are saying. Who was the other game ball? Aaron Gordon. 53
No
yeah.
game balls for Yoke.
No game balls for
3
Yoke,
games.
yeah. All right, getting into the bad. Let's start with Aaron Gordon. 9 points tonight, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He was part of that closing lineup. They still trusted him, obviously, as you're going to trust him in those moments. But of all the things, not really making an impact on the guys he was guarding tonight. You could say Julius Randle, but I thought the team was overloading on Julius Randle. Offensively, not making as big of an impact. 0 of 2 from 3 even tonight. The biggest thing that worries me, Dev, he didn't look very athletic tonight. Missed a dunk. Missed some things that you're just like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, he's going against real athleticism, though.
Yeah.
It looks like that when there's not other guys that are athletic. But when you see those young guys with all that length and they're also athletic, I think it just slows them down a bit. I was a bit shocked because he had to play early on. Really, he went 3 for 10. I think all of them came in a row in the first quarter because he started the game with that and one where he pushed over Julius Randle. And I'm okay, that's how you start out a game. All of his shots came early, and then he just really was just going through the motions after that. And I'm like, okay, come on, man. You have to do it with the strength. You have to do it with at least, putting yourself in a spot where you can make the extra plays. If your shot's not falling, affect the game in a new way, in a different way. And he did not do that. Wasn't getting a lot of rebounds, wasn't, slowing down McDaniels or Julius Randle after that. This was not a good Aaron Gordon game. And you want him to be a guy that is making his stamp in every single game. So I just wanted to start turning around. Last game, it wasn't the rebounds, clearly. This game, it was not that good. And that was coming off of a 50-point game to start the year. It's clearly on the down, because you can't replicate that. But I just thought this was going to be a year that he was just going to be like, hey, I'm here still.
And I look, it might still be, honestly, you know what I mean? It's a blowout win, a game where he drops 50. But to the point you were making, Dev, he's kind of supposed to be their physical edge, you know? And he got a little jump shot happy tonight, I thought. And now, granted, if I shot as well as he did in the season opener, I might also be jump shot happy. But it felt like maybe in this matchup, like, yeah, go put your shoulder in Julius's chest because he's going to do it to everyone else all night. So, I mean, listen.
That 1-3 was weird.
You know, it's
kind of a like through the legs pull up where like
Yeah.
that had no chance.
It's Mr. Nugget. I'm sure he's going to have a fine season, but I think Dev is spot on about his performance tonight.
The big loser of today, I guess, if you can have a big loser, was Cam Johnson. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, minus 14. I mean, everybody in this game is a positive other than garbage time. Christian Brown was a -1, minus 14, and it felt like it, man. The game seemed too fast to him. He had some weird turnovers. He had some weird just shots. Had a hard time guarding. This was, to me, again, he needs 10 games or whatever. I'm going to give him a leash, but the first 2 I chalk up to, there's rhythm. He missed some open shots, just for that. This was the first one where it was like, man, can he hang in this kind of game?
Well, and he got hurt. And he got hurt early in the second half and had a heating pad on his right shoulder. Came back into the game and shot an air ball.
The air ball was so weird.
And then didn't really play again. I mean, he was
So
clearly
flat.
hurt.
It's a lidocaine injection 3-point ball.
So that's definitely concerning. I mean, at this point in the season when you're looking for him to try to get a rhythm. But yeah, I thought he made a big step forward in the Suns game. But I mean, definitely a step back today. That one turnover where he was running the break and just like couldn't catch the pass.
Yep.
And it was rough. And if he's actually hurt, it would suck because it did seem like he had some good momentum off the Phoenix game.
That man, Cam Johnson, is so lucky that they won this game.
Oh, man.
Because if they would have lost this one, the pitchforks would have been out. Because it was such a bad performance. 2 of 5 from the field. And I feel like they go out of their way to try to get him in the game. Like, it's one of those things. We used to talk about Michael Porter Jr. like starting the game, and then it was like he would slowly not be in it.
Yeah.
We see a lot of the same things with Cameron Johnson. And also a lot of the things that they say about him, like the attention to detail.
Hadn't been there.
Like it's just not there. He's fouling the entire time. Some of them are just like not even good fouls. Like it's just like he looks like he is overwhelmed at all times.
Yeah.
Like it's too physical. It's too fast. Everything looks fast, like as if he's a rookie or something.
Right.
And then you forget that he's been in this league. He's been successful in this league. The shot is very flat. And you just looked at this game and said, if he's not making the shot, why is he out there?
The 1-3 he did make tonight, that is the best 3-ball he shot
sure.
so far in a Nuggets jersey. That was the first 3 that he shot that I was like, oh, that's going in. Like, that was a beautiful 3, the one he hit tonight. Yeah. But other than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's particularly in this matchup where the last guy in this spot either hit some jumpers or got swallowed up by the physicality. It was maybe a bit disconcerting to see him in his first go get swallowed up by the physicality.
Totally.
Yeah.
He may have been
He did
hurt.
look
And
a
like
little
this is, I don't even mean this as a criticism, just a harsh reality. You know, I hope he's not for 100 reasons. You know, availability was one of the issues coming in. So you hope he's okay, obviously, for more than one reason there. You know, I will stand fast on giving him time.
Yeah.
I also think like it should be said 100 times that this trade was about adding Cameron Johnson and flexibility, both financially and adding Jonas Valanciunas. It's not a 1-for-1 swap. I'll give him time, but tonight was not. Tonight was rough.
But
Let's call it what
it
it is.
needs to be a 1-for-1 swap, though. Like, he needs to replicate MPJ.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Like,
have a
he's got to
question.
do
I
that.
agree.
I have a
You're right
question.
that it wasn't just about that, but
Yeah, like,
for the Nuggets to be what they need, they
that's
also
correct,
need that
but
to be
he's
true.
He's gotta be close to what MPJ was.
What are we giving him time for?
Because I think it's logically fair to think that a guy coming into the system is not going to fit in immediately. That they're going to have to build things into it.
But why?
Tim Hardaway would not look like that with a starter. So
Yeah,
that's what the thing.
Cam does. I mean, here's the thing: is where we're losing. I think the plot on a lot of this. Tim Hardaway is like Will Barton almost.
Tim
His job
Hardaway's
is to
like
come in
KCP.
and
He's like
he
KCP.
just comes in, get the shots up. It's not. There's a little bit less. There's more dynamic things, the screening, the cutting, all this stuff. Cam, when I go to the tape, Cam does do a lot of things that keep the offense really humming.
He does.
But at the end of the day, his primary job is to make shots and to find ways to score, and he hasn't been doing that. So, but I also think that it is going to take a little time. Tonight was just, in my opinion, I think he's had two like neutral-ish games where you look at him and say, yeah, he wasn't what we were hoping. He's getting into rhythm. This was a negative game. This was like, dude, if they lose, kind of on you as much as it is on everybody, some of the other guys. But they get the win. I will say this. They played New Orleans on Wednesday at home. Cam needs these games like he needed the Suns game.
That's why the injury sucks right now.
Because you have a lot of tough games, before. Like, I hope he's ready to go Wednesday because that's a game where you would hope Denver can catch a rhythm and get something going. Christian Brown, weirdly bad tonight, too.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about him that's really weird to me, Vogt, he finished everything at the rim last year.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump on this too early, but we have seen some non-finishes at the rim from CB for sure. He was a big part of that in the first half.
Yeah, he was multiple.
I'm going to tinfoil hat it. Ready?
Oh, God.
Last year, he got so good going into the rim because he literally abandoned the concept of passing the ball.
Yeah,
Maybe this year there's a little bit of like, should I make this pass? Should I blah, blah, blah? Maybe he needs to be a put your head down and score. Or maybe it's just the way the cookie has crumbled through 4 games. I have noticed it, though. Here's my thing. I can live with all of that if Christian is one of the 2 to 3 best defenders on the floor.
Yes, this part.
And he hasn't been so far. Now, in a weird way, even though we know one guy's a way better player, I almost wonder if he's better suited to guard Anthony Edwards than Jaden McDaniels just because of all the length. Maybe that's...
These are starting to add up, though, aren't they?
But yeah, you're going through each game this year and you're going, well, all right, that's a tough matchup for you. That's a tough matchup for you. That's a tough matchup.
Steph's not a good matchup for him.
More of these need to be...
McDaniels, that's not a good matchup for him.
Yeah, more
so
of these
now
need to be
who
good
is?
matchups.
There's
Right.
so many guys that it just looks like there's not any hard matchups or very, very few. You don't get to play Harden every night. Like with Christian, he's not grabbing all the rebounds and playing like a madman like we've seen every single time. And it also is a bit confusing because the Nuggets are getting out and running much more than they did last year. And that's what his calling card is to get out on the break. Yeah, he hasn't got all those fast break points, but they're moving a lot faster where you think that he's going to get downhill, and he's just not. When they have to get into half-court sets, he's just not the same player. He just isn't, and that's been historically him. So he has to find a way to get out on the break, to use that as his strength, to get downhill and get a smaller defender and power through him. But right now, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing the 3-ball shot. He's not getting as many attempts up as I thought he would because of the half-court set. So I think it's about just getting back to playing like hard the entire time.
Yeah.
It's the effort.
He seems like he's in a little bit of a rut. Last year, he had some momentum, and maybe it's just early. He just needs to find a rhythm, and then he can get stuck in it. I kind of think that for him. But it is a little noteworthy that defense, finishing at the rim, those are 2 things we kind of hang the hat on for him, and neither of those have kind of showed up so far this year. Let's nitpicking a little bit here. This is now the second time, one of them being preseason, where Spencer Jones checked into the game and fouled a guy on an inbound. There are some mistakes that are to me, it's false effort. Fouling before the ball gets inbounded is not playing hard, it's playing dumb.
It is playing dumb.
He's done it twice now?
Well,
that never happens.
He also did it in practice once where he knocked Julian Strawther's tooth out on the first possession of training camp.
Dude, there's a good chance.
Probably on that same exact type of play.
Julian hates him, and he's like, yeah, dude, this guy's out of control. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he does have to settle down a little bit. He's like so hyped up to get in the game. He's like, all right, here we go. I'm in for this one possession, and it just backfires.
Yeah, Julian's like, you guys got mad when I made any mistake.
This guy knocks people's teeth out and fouls before the ball gets inbounded.
That was a
I
bad
like
play.
Spencer Jones, but if we're going to go this offense, defense, get him in there, you cannot get a technical
Well, I mean, that's like the worst possible thing you could ever do.
It actually is.
It can't get worse than that.
I kind of don't,
Not a big deal.
Other than injuring your own
nitpicking
teammate.
over here.
I'm honestly surprised how much of plan A he has been so far. Now, we're talking extremely small stints, in this case 20 seconds, but it's just, I thought they were going to break this glass in case of emergency, and they've gone to Spencer Jones.
I don't think he is break glass in case of emergency.
He's a part of the rotation.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's
that is a surprise to me.
Here's the other.
I'm gonna say he played 20
Well, yeah,
seconds.
20
Well, I mean, that's his role, though.
Well, he's played in every game, though.
Yeah, and here's the other.
The same exact role. I mean, that's Adelman's rotation.
Here's the other thing, man.
yeah.
It's a 9.9 man rotation.
He went to Stanford.
10.1.
Right, he's supposed to
For a
be.
guy who went to
Man
Stanford,
rotation.
man, there's some like, what should I not do here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Foul this guy 5 seconds before they inbound
Also, I
the
think
ball.
it was a flop. But
Well, either way, man, don't put yourself in that position.
Totally.
Bruce Brown didn't play a ton of minutes tonight, 13. I thought he was more or less neutral. Am I misremembering how he played tonight?
I don't think Bruce Brown was that good, and there was one play that sticks out. There was a loose ball,
Oh, yes, this one.
and Bruce bent down to get it. And I don't remember, it might have been Conley or somebody else came in with a better angle and just got it before he did.
They did not have a better angle. They had a better effort.
And
Yeah.
he might have had a little like more momentum, but he had a better effort, and Bruce Brown didn't get it. Like, that's a play you got to get on the floor for.
Yeah, but I'm not mad at Bruce Brown's game because I really do feel like, especially against that team that tries to punk you and stuff, he's gonna play hard. He had like 6 rebounds in the game, and that's in like small like spurts. That's also with no one else trying to crash the boards. He goes in there and he just tries to like junk up the game, and I feel like he does that. You're not looking for him to score. You're just looking for him to stay out of the way, but also do something while you're out there. Bruce is always doing something. You can remember the bad, but you could also remember the good all the time with Bruce Brown.
Yeah. Can we talk about the challenge?
If you want to, sure.
So, well, a sneaky storyline nobody's talked about is the Nuggets. I feel like we're pretty good at challenges last year. Am I?
Charles
is that
Klask.
a wrong take, or is that
I didn't notice good or bad.
they
to be
seem
honest.
pretty decent?
All right.
There's an assistant coach on every team who has
Who is it? Did you
the
see?
game up on a laptop on an iPad, and they're pretty much the signal for the head coach on whether to challenge. The head coach will look at that assistant who's watching it, and he'll give a signal yes or no. Last year that was Charles Klask. This year they have a new assistant in that role. I'm not sure who it is, but the challenges have not been great so far.
They're 1 for 2, right? But they skipped
One
on
for
doing one.
3.
No, because they didn't challenge when they should have in that first game.
Right,
was the
right,
one.
right,
Yeah,
right.
so I think they're
1
1
for
of 2.
2, but a couple missed
missed one,
opportunities.
yeah.
And today's challenge was bad.
Today's was bad.
I love nitpicking here. The last thing
I
I'll
mean,
say,
it's the storyline.
it is a story.
It's a great nitpick.
It's a
It's a
nitpick.
great nitpick.
I'm just saying we're nitpicking. We're nitpicking, but it is noteworthy.
It is a nitpick.
Nuggets had a 127 offensive rating tonight. That raises their league best 124.5 offensive rating now. Raises it.
And we've spent time talking about what's not working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The offense is moving along pretty nicely, man. I
It's
will
not going to
say.
be the problem this year.
Nuggets are 2-1. They've got New Orleans coming up. That you've got to think that one they have a good chance at that one. You can't rear chickens before they hatch. But 2-1, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean 2-1. Man, that opening night loss still
So
sucks.
close to 3-0.
I think you guys are 3-0. Hey, the Fox print, easy 43 points by Maul THJ, hitting 20 with some crispy threes.
Crispy, man.
Another triple double from the Emperor.
Pro, 3
Great
for
pull.
3.
And that abundant P-Watt defense. Oh man,
So
I
abundant.
see what he's doing here, guys. I don't know if you saw the
That's
tarot
right.
card
The
episode.
abundant, the card of abundance.
The only number the T-Wolves have is 911.
Oh, boom, roasted.
Fox Print's coming in with some good super chats to start the year. Raising
Maximo,
game.
the Portuguese dude, who I believe is a Wolves fan, right? No excuses, fellas. Regardless of injuries, we lost to a better team tonight. You guys have a squad this year. That depth is dangerous.
Dangerous.
Hey, appreciate it.
Dangerous.
Guy watched us 2 years ago and his role with us.
Hell yeah, man.
The
Division
homie.
rival of a fan. Mr. X Squiz Nugget. Hold that L, Wolves, because Bruce Brown is back. The real hero of the game.
Yeah,
That's
all
a
right.
scorching
Well.
hot take. Let's go 10-0. Maul, Jokic had themselves a night. Can we get them both as all-stars? Man, if Jamal's going to play like this, maybe we can. Mike, oh, here we go. Michael Porter Truther, who's probably been in the trenches with me watching Nets games this year. MPJ 2 games,
Are we
greater
not
than
supposed to
4
read it?
rebounds and 6 points in 3 years. Cam, Cam 2 of 3 games. I was told Cam Johnson No, Jay.
Jay.
Was a tier above in every way. Can we admit Denver is deeper at the expense of a downgrade at small forward or line?
Or lie more. I would say it's 3 games, but let's find out. We'll find out.
Big night for Michael Porter.
Look,
Jr.,
I'll
Big
say
night.
I'll say that framing might end up being fair. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. But hey, maybe also this works out too. It is early, but Michael Porter Truther up on the scoreboard.
I'll tell you, this will be a bummer of a way to go through the first 10 games if we're doing this after every game. I will say that.
I would
Reading
say
Michael Porter
I would say-
Truther Super Chats?
Yeah, he's doing it. I would say this is his brand. Thank you. Ben Mack down so bad at the half. Jamal and Tim lit him up. Brown and Cam pumpkins. Let's go.
Hey, let's head to overtime here. If you guys are on our fast channel, we're on the internet now. Unfiltered.
Fuck yeah.
Now we're really on the internet, fellas. Before
We
were
kicked
only
their ass, man.
drunk on vibes. D-line, she said she doesn't wear dark shirts. I don't know why she didn't get a white one, but she is definitely a real one. Also, Murray Flurry.
Oh, that's the guy who had his neighbor give him a DNVR shirt.
Oh, okay, man.
She doesn't wear dark shirts? What?
That's incredible.
I've never heard of such a thing.
That's incredible.
She's just happy.
There's definitely more to this story.
Maximo, the Portuguese dude. Nice to say Jamal has a spring in his step. Nice to see. Joker doesn't need to win MVP. Dare I say, a lot of people in here in the Bay Area acknowledge his greatness.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
He's a Wolves fan
from the
in
Bay,
the Bay
man.
Area. He's a double.
Also,
behind
he's
enemy
averaging a
line.
triple-double, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll see.
82 triple doubles.
He's gonna have a
On the
good
table.
year. He's gonna have a good
Instead
year.
of averaging one, he just only gets
I know,
one.
that's the one step up from averaging a triple double.
He literally doesn't not get a triple-double.
That's never been done, I don't think.
Big honey, Jamal playing
Definitely
like this
hasn't.
gives me hope everything will fall into place. Like everything in the world is as it should be. Hashtag Mallstar. Hashtag. First of all, Mallstar is great.
That is good.
Hashtag he's so
Ooh,
bag. Hashtag fire it up.
Fired up,
Mall
Kale.
star.
Dusty old countdown. Having a microwave like THJ off the bench is a luxury. I agree,
We're
brother.
living the luxurious life.
That's us. Genuinely nice people. Every game, a different guy is him.
Ooh,
This
I
team
like
is
this.
so freaking loaded. Loving what it feels like to have a bench. We're going streaking.
Hey, 1 in a row, 2 in a row.
2 in a row, technically. Drunk philosophy. Walked away 5 minutes into the third. My sober heart couldn't take it. Came back to a W. The journey continues. 1 week on the wagon.
Oh, God.
Hey, man.
I can't endorse this.
I'm giving it to him. It's
All
1
right.
week. It's
well,
1 week.
I can't endorse
Nobody's
this.
ever said that.
LFG, good year coming. Listen, I that's a step in the right direction.
Let's
for
all
him.
get sober together.
Salt Lake Nugget to get 4 immediate team fouls and barely let them get free throws is just beautiful. That's a nice note.
There you go.
Jamal Murray forever. 14 more wins in a row for this DNVR tattoo.
Hey, let's do it.
15-game win streak, we'd be unbearable.
We would be.
Logan, THJ is all giveth. Lumping him with Russ is insulting. All right, well. That's,
Tonight he was. Tonight he was all
I
giveth,
know, all
man.
giveth,
Literally.
man.
listen, just so you know, Westbrook fans, these are not my words.
They're gone.
I don't know.
They're
I'm
not
just,
here.
I'm just.
Yeah, they're
scared.
not here.
I know they're in Sacramento now. Another one for Maximo, the Portuguese dude. One last thing. I truly believe these Nuggets are the only team that can beat OKC in a 7-game series.
I do too.
I believe in my Wolves, but against OKC, I don't see it matchup wise. See you down the road, fellas.
All right. Our guy was reaching out today.
5.
Man, this one's tough. I think we might retire this
It's-
bit by maybe by Christmas or earlier.
It's a tough one. Let's go. All the bench Nuggets are good. 12 bench 3-pointers down. Shout out Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
Only 5:43 till 5:55. Carmelo interviewing Jokic after the game was a treat.
We'll have to talk about that tomorrow because I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Cole Bressler, we gave this one some prenatal care and we carried it to full term. Shout out D-line.
Wow.
I like to tell my family, yeah, watch me on the show. Don't listen to the super chats.
Yeah, they get very inside.
Ghostly Gengar, not sure what it means for the overall health of the Nuggets, but as a PWAT propagandist,
Yes, sir.
I couldn't be happier that he's closing for us 3 games in.
I'm just glad he had a game like this, man. It's big for confidence. You want every guy to get a couple of these moments early.
Logan Wright, does Cam have worse hands than MPJ? Worrisome.
We need to find out how big his hands are. I think
We
his
do need to
combine
find out.
measurements are still around.
Michael Malsby, Euphoria. Y'all are legends. Finally had to join the DNVR club officially. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Let's go, baby.
P.S. When Val's pals perform, we should call them the valedictorians.
Ooh, I like that.
See if
We just got to keep doing this, all year long. We just got to keep making
Is
these puns.
valedictorians above Val Pals? Val Pals is just
Yeah.
like a neutral game.
That's
Right.
that's like a good game.
There's
Yeah.
JV, there's Val
yes,
pals,
and then
the
valedictorians. Yeah.
When they win a game, that's what we call them. Film is out on CB. When he drives or cuts, he's not passing the ball. He has to be better at making the extra pass. He's forcing layups that
It's a
aren't
good
there.
note.
Could be.
true.
He was forcing them last year. He just kept making them.
Keep making them. If anything, maybe he
He
needs
honestly made so many that I was like,
so many ridiculous
He
ones.
did that. I kept being like, is he actually good at this?
I
'Cause
know.
he's also kind of lucky.
Adelman is smart and on time with the rotations. The mad scientist. I need a
Yes.
lot
I
more
like
on
Adelman,
defense
man.
from AG, CB, and Cam, especially when they don't score.
Spencer Jones is definitely a mad scientist move.
Yeah, that's deep in your
What
bag.
if I went to Spencer Jones for 20 seconds?
Speaking of 20 bucks from our friend Chunk Dickwell's
Well, it's his
burner.
Yeah, it's his burner.
Beating the T-Wolves with or without Ann is always nice. Over the weekends, I visited a psychic, and she said, get ready to go back on parade. Speaking of psychics, what do you call a chunky psychic? A 4-chin teller.
Classic
Come
chunk,
on,
man.
Classic Chunk Dickwell's burner.
God.
Chunk Dickwell's burner. You got me again.
So classic.
$2 for Josh Barnett at Down Under. It's Jamal's year. We're just living in it. DNVR fired up.
Fired up.
Thank you, Josh.
Fired up.
And then Christoph Scherzebach. Whatever.
We don't know.
Not whatever. It's just that I don't know. It's not whatever. It's your name. I'm lost. What's Kyle M? Blue badge like blue arrow.
Probably what's up, Kyle?
What's up, Kyle
Where's
M?
Kyle M tonight?
That's a nice flip
Wow.
though.
Dude,
from
we're
Christoph.
Kyle-less on this
Blue
vibey
badge
win.
like blue arrow.
Damn.
All the Nuggets are good.
Who do you think he would have shouted out? Though?
Definitely me.
Yeah.
This was a total me
Well,
kind of shout out.
who's gotten shout outs so far this year?
Is this baseball game still
Pull
going?
up the spreadsheet, Kale. Can you pull it up
Yeah.
and display it on the screen, please?
One winner's lounge.
Okay.
D-line has one loser.
Okay. So it probably would have been one of us three.
Probably, but
You never know for sure.
It's
you
a
never
vibe.
know. Hit
You
that
don't
outro
know.
music,
This
Cal.
baseball game is still on.
You guys want to go home?
I
Yeah.
want to go watch the game.
Everybody,
downstairs.
thank you so much for hanging out with us. What a great night this was. Jamal Murray, we thank you. Peyton Watson, Tim Hardaway Jr., and of course, Nikola Jokic.
Toss us a like, please.
Toss us a like on the way out. See you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.